Hello and welcome back as we continue the idle theme of this tail end of the Advent calendar with a little bit of a reprise. That's right, we already did the Nendoroid of Mori Calliope. Now let's look at the Figma. So yeah, let's take a look. Let's get it open. Again, she is a Generation 1 member of the Hololive Myth English subgroup of Hololive. And yeah, she is the Grim Reaper's apprentice. That is her whole character. She's been at it for, I think, about 2 or 3 years now, and has a pretty big following, has a pretty big library of songs, few albums to her name at this point. Like, she is very much focused on the musical end of her career. And yeah, this is a Figma representation of her, so let's get this thing open. I'm looking forward to when we get the other Figmas of the rest of them. Like, Gura is going to be at some point next year, and I really hope that we get Kiara soon. And Ame, because, yeah, really, we kind of need them on a shelf. So we can get all these pieces off here, and we can take a look at this sculpt. Because we have a lot of protective paper in here just to protect all these joints. So, getting all the protective paper and stuff off. All right, let's start looking at Mori here. So Kelly, yeah, she, yep. It's a really nice sculpt. You're just looking at it from the outset. You can see here that we don't have the crown pegged in, it looks like. The crown must be in a separate... I see. Yeah, she doesn't come with the crown and veil attached. The crown and veil is its own piece inside the box right here. So we can slop these on. And boom, now she has just her full look here with the nice translucent veil. It looks pretty good on her here. Kind of a bit of a pain that we need to leave it in because it does, impact articulation and stuff like that. But hey, yeah, it's part of her character, just the whole aesthetics. So you kind of do need that with this particular outfit of hers, with her base outfit. Let's see. Yeah, looking at the sculpt here, you can see that, yeah, it's, fairly standard Figma body. Fairly standard. We got the shoulder hood bits here. We got the hands, the arms. We got this bit of a cape back here. The cape has a few ball joints to it, so we can, shuffle it around, move things around a bit, bend her body back up into a more contorted position. You can see as well, no real polite way to put it. She's a little stacked. I mean, that's her character design right there. Like, yeah, you're just looking at it from the side, you can really tell. But yeah, let's just take a look at all the posability and stuff here. And for that, I'm probably going to take the veil back off because it keeps honestly getting in the way. I'm probably going to just leave this off for now while I talk about the rest of the figure. So bear with the little unsightly gap there. So we've got posability wise, we got a lot of options here. Let's see, we got a ball jointed neck. We have some posability on the hair here. These back pieces here are on swivels that go up and down. So we can get her hair going up about like this. But this is about the extent of her head. So yeah, what else? We have her hood bits here. These do have a little bit of articulation because they are on separate joints. They can kind of flitter backwards, forwards a little bit. This one doesn't seem like it's fully pegged in back here. But I don't know if that's intentional or not. But yeah, you can edit those a little bit, as you need to. Shoulders have a little bit of a butterfly. No, the standard amount that, you get with Figmas. So a little bit of forward, backward, not a lot. But it's a ball joint, so it goes up to about here. But down to there. We have the swivel up here at the joint as well too to bring it around to the full, full 360. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, we have the swivel at the elbow, of course. Bit of a swivel, bends in here. What's really cool here is just they have some translucent plastic here just to replicate the look of her sleeve. And that actually, it's got a little bit of a fade in it here, which is really cool. Like, just look at the way that they did that there, just with the pattern and everything. It's a really nice effect. You don't see stuff like that often on Figmas, and it's cool that they incorporated that. What else we got to do? Look at here. This one obviously is, different sculpt. And, we got the full ball-jointed wrist here as well, too. This hand also has that ball-jointed wrist, of course. And it's just got, like, that, the whole hand stuck inside the sleeve. So that's cool. Let's see. We've got rotation here. above the waist, so that's good. And we actually have a bit of an ab crunch here, so she can go up and down a little bit, it looks like. So we can adjust her pose accordingly. Let's see, we've got the skirt here as well too. And it doesn't look like she has proper leggings. It looks like it's a fairly standard Figma piece there. But the skirt does have a few cuts on it, so we can move it a bit around if we want to get the legs to move. And let's see, the posability-wise, we got just the standard, standard Figma leg posability here at the top there. And then, yes, we can get the leg out to here. We have just the bend here that goes a little bit, a little bit more than 90 degrees. No real swivel here, though. And then, of course, we got the boot swivel here, up and down, side to side, ankle tilts. But, yeah, there's no toe, which makes sense because of the style of boot. But, yeah, this is just the general posability of her. It's a nice sculpt. It's a, good rendition of her appearance. A bit hampered, though, just by some of the actual details of her outfit here. Just like the hood, for instance, here. This bit here does not feel like it's pegged in quite all the way. I don't know if it's supposed to go in a bit more or not. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it might just be meant to extend out a little bit more just to allow this stuff to move because the hood can pivot a little bit. I'm really not sure. But yeah, we can bring the head down to about here. And again, we have all this asymmetry on the design, which is always fun. And yeah, I'll pop the veil back on. And then we will, well, no, I'll pop the veil back off because we want to look at all the different options, don't we? So what different options do we have for Callie here for her faces? We have that neutral face, first of all. Just to show that off again, we have a standard, neutral face. It's her default model. And then we got a couple of other expressions here too. Let's see, we have this one here, which is, it's a winky one. Winky face. Again, this is a, fairly standard look for her. She's got a smile, slightly aggressive eyes. Looks pretty good. And then we got this last face here, which is, more of a tsundere face there. Tsundere face. So, yeah, this one here, she's kind of just going like, whoa, 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 guys. Whoa, what are you doing? That sort of thing. Again, it's a good face sculpt for her. And she doesn't really have that whole, yelling type face that the other one does with regards to the wrapping. What else do we have for accessories here? Accessory-wise, let's see. We have a microphone up there. I'm going to pull that out in a sec. And we also have her scythe, although this scythe actually does fold up a little bit. So this comes down, and the scythe can also go up like that. So it actually does transform a little bit. So you can, store it a little bit better and put it in her hand. And you know what? I'll take a look at this again when I start getting into her hands. We have this little accessory here representing her deadbeats, her followers on YouTube and such. So it's just her little, the little hoodied, rapper skeleton ghost things here. It's cool. And then we're going to get into the back of the box here and start looking at the hand accessories and stuff. So you got a few things in here. So we've got, for accessories, we've got a support accessory here for helping hold the scythe, just so that she can hold the weight of the scythe. We have the standard Figma thing here, and we have the Figma stand parts. So let's get the stand parts open so we can look at her more properly. And I see there's another accessory I forgot to mention, and I'm going to talk about that in a sec. But first, we're going to get her out and get her on her stand so that she is easier to talk about. And this might actually, yeah, so we'll get this in. She is a tall figure as well. Very tall figure. Like one of the taller Figmas. I mean, she is a tall character model, but yeah. And then we can just bring the hair down like this. Can we wrap it around the stand here at all? Not really. I guess the hair does have a little bit of give, so you can kind of get it around, but this might be a case where we want to actually use the smaller insert that's included. So let's get this one out, because I think this one is going to have more clearance. And then, yeah, then there's the spare joint. And yeah, so if we put this one in here and get it in her, seated in her back like that. Yeah, now we should be able to get this in without the having to worry about the hair getting in the way. The stand, so yeah, like this here. And then we just bend this down a bit and around. And now she is properly standing, better than she ever did. And with that said, we're going to look at the second option here, which I forgot to talk about, which is, like the Nendoroid, she also comes with sunglasses, but these ones are built into this piece right here. And interestingly enough, they full-on did this one here so that it has the crown sculpted into it, so you can't actually pose her with the veil with this one. And that's probably because, you know, that veil is going to be limiting head articulation and such, just by virtue of it getting in the way. So, yeah. So if we take a look at this here and look at their different face options, this face here that was a nervous face becomes a much more confident wrapping face now. Like, yeah, like, yo, that sort of thing. It looks like the sunglasses seem to be sitting a little high, though. Interestingly enough, I can't really tell, but yeah, that is her with the sunglasses on. If we cycle through the other heads, and actually, okay, yeah, if we do this, yeah, that's a bit better there. That's a bit better for an angle. If we cycle through the other two heads, though, and look at the other faces, what do we got? What do we got for options here? We have, okay, we have the winky face. This one will probably work pretty well for wrapping, honestly, because of the smile that's coming through. Yeah, so if we plug that one in there, you can see here that, yeah, this is a pretty confident one. But again, it feels like the sunglasses are sitting a little too high. I'm not really liking the aesthetic of the sunglasses here. Like, that's, you know, my negative criticism, I suppose. And then we just got, like, her neutral face over here. Her hi, hey, everyone, how's it going face. And when we put this one in, this one actually seems to be the best one so far with the head. But again, like, the sunglasses doesn't seem like they're the best placed. I think that, honestly, I'm probably going to leave this piece in the box and just use the one with the veil instead. So let's go with, yeah, what do we want to do here? I'm going to go with the flush. What do we want to do? Let's do the slightly flustered face, I guess. Let's go with that one. Let's go with, yeah, the slightly flustered face. Put this in. Yeah, like this here. And then, yeah, we can just, grab the veil and put that on. Bit of a shame you need the veil, like, in order to make the whole look work. The whole look work here. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the veil looks fine, but it's just a matter of this piece actually staying on. Using the crown to attach it on does limit the options a little bit. But yeah, there she is there with her veil, with her crown. Again, we can play around with the cape a little bit if we want to change her pose out a little bit. But yeah, that's essentially, that's Mori right there. Yeah, show off her accessories and stuff meanwhile. As I mentioned, yeah, we got the deadbeats here. And I guess that's actually probably what this stand is for holding up the deadbeats more so than the scythe. So let's get this open, put the deadbeats on there. Take this one out here. I'm just trying to see here if there's a plug-in. I guess we need to Maybe this is for the scythe. Because there's a little peg hole back here for it, but... I'm just trying to see how this is supposed to peg in. I guess you peg this in over here. Ah, yeah. There we go. So that goes in there. And then I guess... Oh, this is just going to strap onto the Figma stand proper. Okay. So, yeah. So that just goes like this. So there. Now we have the deadbeats just... And can just wrap it around like this. Yeah, boom. Yeah, so there we have Callie and a deadbeat just strutting over there. And we're going to just get the hands open there and look at the different hand options as well. Because, let's see, we have some holding stuff for the scythe. We have some, some hand gestures there for wrapping. And actually, these ones will also be for the microphones. So, let's do that. Let's take this one out here. And put a mic in her hand. We can also do this, show off the scythe as well while this one is in here. So we got this wrist here. Let's go back to the main box. Get the microphone out. And then just slot this in. And yeah, now we have her just with a mic. So yeah, just up like this. And yeah. Yeah, no, that works pretty well. That works really well for her, I gotta say. I don't know why this camera doesn't seem to be focusing super great, but yeah, no, it does work well for her. And then, of course, we got the other hands there, and as I said, I wanted to show the scythe, so let's take this hand here, pop this hand out, and we'll plop in the scythe. Scythe is going to just, you just need to get the hand open a little bit. And it's softer plastic, so we should just be able to wrap it around as we open this. It's the only one that actually works with this, so it is the right one. So we just need to wrap this, get this open carefully. Yeah, like this. Wrap this around. And yeah. Boom, she's got her scythe now. And I guess you can play around with how you have her hold it. But yeah, there is Kelly with her scythe. And yeah, that's pretty rad there, really. Like, she's looking great as a complete package, just as a posable Figma. So to sum this up, yeah, the Figma for Mori Calliope is pretty nifty. I mean, it's a good likeness of her. And I will say, though, that, it's hardly perfect. I'm not really a fan of the way they handle the veil. It gets annoying. It's a bit in the way. Although once you pose it out, as you can see here, like she does look pretty great if you get her in a good energetic pose, just like wrapping or something like that. Like on a shelf, this is going to look terrific, fantastic. And I suppose ultimately, at the end of the day, given that's where these toys are at the end of the day, given that's where these toys are going to live, well, I guess. To do a quick comparison as well, here she is next to the transforming Mori Calliope that I made, last year, I guess. And yeah, you can see here that, yeah, I took some liberties here and there, but overall, it's not too bad of a likeness, realistically speaking. So yeah, with that said, that is day 23 all covered, and we are going into the last day of the Advent calendar tomorrow. So, what's it going to be? What is my last Idle Week entry? You'll just have to wait and see.